Otumbani, good morning, sir.
Christian, how you doing?
I'm fine, I'm fine. You're looking wonderful
And you too, you're looking
this
good.
morning.
We're looking at this something you don't touch, right? Okay.
You're looking at the plateau killings, and everybody's looking towards the corridor of the federal government, and the federal government is headed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
He has said that they should fish out the killers. What are your doubts?
Listen, if we know the importance of Plateau to the food basket of this Nigeria economy, we would never have Plateau indigents being touched by anybody. Let me tell you, one of the most important cash crops come from Plateau.
Yeah.
Irish potatoes, we have some kind of strawberries that come out from there, we have carrots, and then we have the most important of all, tomato juice. Do you know how expensive tomatoes are today? One tomato, one pieces, 100 naira. Do you cook? Do you cook?
I only use sachet.
Okay, you don't use it. Okay. I gave my wife 1,000 naira to go and buy, stew ingredients and all that. She bought 500 naira tomatoes for how many pieces? Just 100 naira. They gave her about 6 to 7 pieces. About 2 weeks ago. That's how crazy insecurity is what impeded our food security in Nigeria. Just must be protected by all means. Let me tell you, if you don't have oil, you survive. But if you don't have food, nothing.
We were surviving with agro produce before the
If oil by today, if oil dries up, we will all live many years to come. But if food stops coming out from Jos and some other key states, but there's a reason why I put Jos on top. My brother, you and I, we see ourselves today.
I want to ask a question. What's the root cause of the insecurity in that just?
Let me tell you something. The root cause of insecurity in every part of Nigeria is, let me call it, deprivement to good dividends of democracy. What everybody needs is the basic essentials of life. What was the root cause of militancy in Nigeria? Because they felt marginalized. What is the root cause of Biafran agitation? Because they felt they have been underdeveloped. What is the root cause of Boko Haram in the north? Because they felt they were being cheated. They were not enjoying what they should enjoy. Okay? Because they listen. They watch news. You will realize that 1999, what do they call it? We have a bubble buzz that they call it what? .com.
Okay.
Which was the emergence of what? Internet.
The .com era.
When information became democratized, everybody in the farm have access to information. Before, if you want to message your momsy for village, it will take her 2 weeks before she was able to read your letter. Mama, I'm okay. I don't see one house for Ikeja. Thank God, I don't. But right now, it doesn't cost you less than 30 seconds. She already knows how you are doing. In fact, you can even go for that video call. Let me see your face. She will see the kind of goatee you are putting on. She not be like this, I tell you, I cut that thing off. But in those days, so what does that mean? We are in a generation whereby our leaders must, as a matter of urgency, go back to the old ways of paying royalties to Nigerian citizens. We deserve it. For the fact that you're a Nigerian citizen from the age of 1 to 18, whether you work, you don't work, you deserve royalties being paid to you. Whether not 5,000, whether not 10,000, just in Nigeria.
I think that will solve a lot of problems.
Let me tell you, when everybody understands that at the end of the month, I will always get 10,000, 15,000 naira. I do nothing or not, but when I'm 18, it stops. My brother, insecurity in whatever form you want to colorize it, whether not banditry, whether not whatever.
Even the IPOB.
What are you telling me? Do you think Americans wouldn't have had so much insecurity than ours if they were not paying their indigenous royalties? Do you think they are fools? Do you think Britons? During that COVID-19, you know how much they were giving out to their citizens? Because they did. You know when they did not pay them, you know what was happening? People were going to shops, were burgling shops. Let me tell you, those whites are what they are when it comes to savagery. For Christ's sake, who enslaved human beings on this planet Earth? When you go back to the book of history, when you read what those whites did to the blacks, then you know that when it comes to savagery, those whites are 1 million years ahead of us. Okay, so for them to take that attitude, they said, as a young, British, from one time to one time, you get free education. They give you free money for a period of time, and when you grow up, there are some ways that they try to commit you. Let me tell you, when they pay me money, they know that I'm from the age of 18 and they make it compulsory that I must serve the Nigerian army for 1 year or 2 years. My brother, nobody will even resist. That is the truth. That is the plain truth. Okay?
Okay,
So,
let's look at the southeastern leaders going to meet Tinubu to resolve the sit-at-home crisis or the insecurity in the
now,
southeast.
now, this is a diplomacy scheme they should have deployed a very long time. You don't go into the wars with the federal government. It's impossible. You don't try as much. You don't try by any means to keep the federal government to their knees. The federal government will never bend. Whoever you think you are, if the Yoruba nation starts its own agitation, federal government will not bend. Okay, but we all have our philosophy towards to tackle situations. All right. The Biafrans call themselves Republicans. Republican simply means I can survive on my own. But in a situation whereby you understand that your own philosophy does not direct the population, okay, the common good is we are all one together. We have been conjoined by our colonial masters. Okay, if you want to depart by whatever, by means of war or whatever, then you should be ready to what? To have your people, a lot of them get killed. But that is not the way to go. Okay? If they come together, they want to go and meet the federal government, I think it's a good way to go. But they shouldn't go and tell the federal government that please Nnamdi Kanu because of our unrest. Nnamdi Kanu is not the reason for your arrest. You all have resources. You all have been collecting money since 1999. Most of these states have collected nothing less than 2 to 3 trillion since 1999. What can you show for it today? Do you think if Southeast is having 24/7 constant power supply, do you think if Southeast have good roads, do you think anybody will complain? Do you think?
Lagos is facing overpopulation because of all.
Let me tell you something. Lagos State ordinarily shouldn't be facing so much infrastructural renewals on a quarterly basis or biannual basis. They shouldn't be expanding the way they're expanding. But the truth is, if you and I go to that beggar and we take a tour and start counting the number of immigrants per day, you'll be scared. UK in 1993, their population was around 40 million. Nigeria population as at then was around 60 million. Today, UK's population is 65 million. Nigeria's population, about 200 million. What happened? What happened? The resources that we have are limited. But they are on top. The resources we have, they are unlimited, but they just remain on top. That is just the
If the
fact.
governors are doing their jobs in various states,
Let me tell you, the foundational cost factor of whatever agitation in any state at the government. I don't know why our constitution was built this way. Why was it not made mandatory that when you steal above 10 million, you should be incarcerated for the next 5 to 6 years? Unconditionally, without any chance of you being given any presidential pardon. I don't know why our constitution wasn't built like that. If you remember the Ali Burton scandal, do you know how many people in Nigeria were indicted? None.
Pandora Papers.
Not Ali Burton scandal in the years of Obasanjo. None of them, my brother, was incarcerated. About 88 Nigerians, governors, DGs of departments and all that, big people in the board of directors of NNPC. None of them, my brother, was incarcerated. And meanwhile, those people that were involved in America, they paid billions of fines, they were jailed. But in Nigeria, what did they tell them? Go and sin no more. Maybe don't carry on. Go, but no constantly. That one said don't. What nonsense. We would never thrive as a nation. Okay, and these are the things that are built up to this stage now that it has not got to the point that it is exploding, and you will now see people getting angry. You know when an hungry man is an angry man. Now when I'm hungry, now that I go know say you be black man. It is black man. Why are you beside? It is when I'm hungry. I know that look at this white. Yeah. white people they are but when everybody's why do you think there's equal rights in the US and the UK and all that? Because everybody has equal opportunities. Everybody, as long as you're a citizen of America, you have an equal right to the emolument that they give.
You see the president doing justice to that insecurity in the southeast and also the Plateau and Benue State.
One thing I know that the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just much as possible to that de-radicalize everybody by incentivizing them with so many means of revenue generation. He has to engage those idle hands. This is what he did in Lagos.
Yeah, in Lagos.
Which is still in existence today. So I think he would try as much as possible to look into all those regions, because they all have their own uniqueness. Okay, in the north we have the herders and farmers clashes. We look around, how can I engage those ones that at least you guys will make money to and back to the federal government, and then you also have enough to sustain yourself. Why in the militant in Niger Delta they need to engage them? For example, it's like the Tantita of a thing, but they need to try as much as possible to formalize them, probably kind of bring them into the paramilitary sector. They need to do that so that. And then they need to open it. They need to throw it open. If you are interested to join this arm of government, your kid, we shouldn't have above 2 kids or so. Your kids will probably enjoy scholarship for a period of time. Let me tell you, listen. If Nigeria today, if they tell you, Christian Chukwu, that if you join the Nigeria Army or the paramilitary, whether Nigeria police force, whether an NDC, that when you get married, you shouldn't have about 2 kids. If you have, they don't have entitlement to scholarship. But your 2 kids will have scholarship through their primary school days.
I'll go marry next month.
My brother, you go join police force. You will join police. This is what American does. This is what it does. It incentivizes people to do things. You don't go by president is telling them, I want this thing. I read it. I support Ashwad. I read, but I was saying this is absolute nonsense. It is madness when he came to the same thing and you are expecting different results. Okay, so I expect him to be more, clinical, expect him to be more strategic, just as he was so many years ago. I hope he's able to bring that back to the federal level and hopefully.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable.
You're welcome.
If you're watching this, please share so that I can get to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is a solution that we need to look into when it has to do with insecurity in the southeast and also other areas in Nigeria. And Christian Chukwu, don't forget to subscribe and also share, comment on this platform. Thanks for watching. Till tomorrow for another wonderful and exciting edition of the program. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.